Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Multiblock Madness Overloaded. So in the 2 weeks between recording episodes, I went ahead and updated the pack, and it ended up being a bit of a bigger update than I expected. Um, and while there's some debate between Hua and me whether or not this should have been split into a separate mod pack, I decided to go through with splitting it. Um, Primarily because of the vote. It was about 4 or 5 to 1 as far as to a new mod pack. So this is Multiblock Madness Overloaded. The primary difference is in Chapter 6. Some of you may recognize that it's changed. Plastic is significantly earlier in the chapter, as well as nuclear. So these two here obviously are new. Advanced rocketry requires dense components as well as plastic to create. And then, so dense component is atomic alloy, reinforced alloy, enriched alloy combined with some hydrochloric acid. This is something that I believe we do not have, so I'll probably do that. So let's see. Yeah. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I think that there's a component quest here. I think that this requires that, which that should be unhidden. Anyway, I'm gonna pick up some HDPE because I think. Okay, let's see. Do I have the? Yeah. All right. And then this I get a reward for. Cutting machine. We do need to do that. Now I will be. Hold on. I'm not sure why Quark thinks that toggling auto jump is such a great feature, but here we are. Is that actually crafting? No. Why aren't you crafting? Interesting. Wait. That's kind of weird. Oh, the other thing was, King mentioned these can be used with a Phantom Energy Face, so I'm gonna try that. The Phantom Energy Face requires Empowered Restonia. This has been slightly changed, now requires Hot Tungsten Seal instead of Advanced Alloy, which we can get. It's just gonna require a little bit of encoding and so on. So let's go with the... oh, and also, the other thing was, because this is a fluid pattern terminal, let's see if I can get a regular one without having to do anything. Cool. So, let's see. I think I can do this. So this is a regular pattern terminal. This is a fluid pattern terminal. Now, normally, as in without Trousers AE, they would have functioned the same, with this having the added functionality of being able to do fluid crafts. Or I suppose, yeah. Anyway, but this has the added functionality of being able to switch between processing patterns and, like, for example, crafting patterns without having to mess with anything. So this update was primarily because I, well, I guess you could say wanted to. It's, yeah. I was like, man, it'd be cool if we had more uses for some of these items. Like, for example, thermal or hardened thermal alloy. Hardened, whatever it is. This requires all of these, and these didn't have very many uses before the update. Really hardly anything besides the base thermal stuff. And I was like, you know, it'd be cool is if we had more uses for them. So, more uses for them. Plus, it looks awesome. I love this. This is also going to require some crafting to do. There's a lot of chemistry in this pack. All right, let's see what we're missing. Everything. All right. Man, it'd be nice to have a base right about now. Decided to move my fluid pattern terminal to the outside and color it blue. You can do that with just a colored glass cable. So another one of the changes, I just looked at adamantine gears in our old network, but another one of the changes is this requires modularium now instead of adamantine, which does not require you to go to the end. It just felt a little weird in progression, hence the change. This Fluid Mark II can also now craft the modularium inside of a machine. So this is not the only way to do it. This does obviously consume some members, but that's fine. Yeah, this is used for quite a bit of stuff. Nothing actually needed though, really. Simulation chamber also is changed. It requires hardened thermalloy and elite circuits now. This was Osglow glass. Actually loving all these new recipes. I really hope that it's appreciated. Me and Hua worked for quite a while. Pretty much every Mekanism machine. Let's see, where are they? Yeah, even this one. Like something that's never going to get used. Probably like assembler, symbolocator, chemical dissolution chamber. Some of these look really cool. Oh, that's actually, oh, neat. Yeah, see, this is one that Hua worked on. I think I worked on these ones. There's only two, no, one that's unchanged. Security task. I don't know what that does. Huh, that's cool. Reactor frame requires heavy alloy, iridium alloy. Digital miners change requires dense components. Metallurgic infuser requires reinforced star metal, which is this is a fun one. Star metal plated platinum turns into reinforced star metal. This is used for a couple different things. Terra steel now. This has changed. This is changed, and then Rune of Mana. Also, perhaps a little bit over tweaked is the terrestrial agglomeration plate. This should be a much more of a chapter defining craft, as it should be, seeing as it's the end of, or like essentially the end of this chapter. It's really quite a bit more difficult than it was. This is just vanilla. It also makes a little bit more sense why you need all this stuff, because previously it wasn't really very clear what you needed Empowered Void, Empowered Palace for, and then Rune of Mana, which is the star metal. Teleposers, these are easy. These just require tier 4 Blood Altar, which again, that's changed to make more sense. Previously, you didn't need the tier 4 Blood Altar, really for anything, I don't think. So now it's actually used, as well as oh right, I wanted to use this stuff, transposition region, because, or I wanted to use I wanted to use these, I think, or something. I can't remember exactly. But either way, this requires a lot more will than I realized. And I think that's a grand. Actually, no, wait. Greater. Oh, that's actually craftable. I didn't even realize. But anyway, yeah, another one of the changed recipes. I'm also still gonna batch craft some stuff, like redstone into Restonia, things like this. Not because it's, well, I could automate it easily. Well, I'm relatively easily. It's not the easiest thing for sure. But what I want to do is, I'm kind of procrastinating until we have more space. Obviously, I could just build more platforms, which is probably what I'm going to do. But what I'd like to do is have Hua and me work on making this an actual like floating city with like cool features and stuff. However, it's a bit beyond the scope of what I'm capable with as a builder. Also, I put this just below the horizon line, which I think looks kind of cool. It also does make it quite dark occasionally. But anyway, so I think what I'm going to end up doing is just, let's see, I think I'm going to do a split off right here with another one of these platforms, and I'll call these my auto crafting platforms, and I'll call this my passive platform, and then I'll call these my multi-block or more complicated setups. All right, so I got this built out. It's not actually a square, because I wanted to keep it in one chunk and I wanted to have it separate. It's these ones. I also noticed this chunk border intersects this multi-block, which I think is all right for now, especially since I don't plan on having this be its permanent home. But we'll have to see. That's definitely something that I should have considered. I had this open for like half a second, or when I popped this casing off, it flew into the lava. So now I have one missing. These machines are a little bit too good, and I actually changed their recipes quite a bit. They're just incredibly fast and just ridiculously good. So they are a little bit more difficult to make. So in the interest of things, I'll just be getting these when I can get them. Obviously, don't really have to, but that's actually the main reason why I ended up doing this update. Some of the stuff I had in mind for a while, that thermal alloy, actually the idea was from a pack that Milesman had. I think it was scientific rocketry or something like that. But either way, it looked cool and something that I wanted to do, so I made my own version of it. I wonder why this is going up. Imagine it'd be going down. The rest of this stuff's gonna have to be moved at some point, especially Botania. This is gonna have to be done sooner than later, but I'm just gonna do it when I need to instead of doing it preemptively. Although I have a feeling like I'm gonna need it sooner than later. Yeah. This is gonna require Terra Steel. And that's also gonna require some other stuff. I don't think... Well, I guess I'll need some Terra Steel for this. No, not Terra Steel, though. Star Metal Platinum for that. Okay, cool. Not bad. 3,200 heat. I think for the next metal, which is Iridium, it's going to require 3,500 heat. Which is, conveniently, one of the quests, Advanced Machine. That's going to require Litherite, which requires Empowered Emratic and Mana Dust. Which Empowered Emratic is not too bad. It does require this lime plastic glow blocks, which requires some matter condenser, which is not super difficult. This requires the cutting machine and the precision laser etcher, which that's not too bad. This does require an empowered Restonia, so we have come full circle. Alright, so I gotta automate one of these advanced control circuits. The Mekanism one requires 2 iron, 2 aluminum, and 1 osmium. The Tekra Born one, I've got a feeling, takes a bit more. So let's see. In theory, I could automate it this way, but let's check this. So that requires that. I've got a ton of sodalite now, so that's fine. This requires, I think, if I do this, I would do this. That would reduce the amount of crafting by quite a bit. Silicon wafer is basically free. Yeah, just melting down silicon, I think. That requires 8. That requires that. Wow, that's super cheap. So this is a lot more different stuff, for sure. But, let's say we do 10. These barely go up at all. I think we could do, like, yeah. Sodalite, because like there's multiples on like almost everything involved. That's free. That's Electrum. I probably should say plate Electrum. Where are you? That. And then Electrum is gold and silver. There we go. All right, so 20 of these. Wow, that's 20 osmium. That's the main thing. Wow, that's a lot more stuff. Dang. But that's only still one coil recipe. That's pretty crazy. 20 gold, 20 silver, 12 refined iron. Yeah, definitely doing this one. Wow. Let's check elite though, because I'm pretty sure these guys can be crafted up to elites. All right, so 20 of the Tech Reborn elites require this, which is essentially the same thing, but with some emeralds and platinum. Which I don't think we have a source of emeralds yet, but I think we can get these from... I guess not. I thought we could get them from... Oh, that's right. It's emerald ore, I'm pretty sure. Yes, this comes from Twilight Dark Forest, which we need these anyway for Carmenite. But let's check out the other elites. Yep. Oh, interesting. Huh. Okay. So let's check what this requires. Some platinum, some refined obsidian. Turns this to a plate. There we go. And that is basically... what? Diamond? Sort of. It's basically obsidian. Alright, so that requires just that. This requires... oh, not that. This. Alright, so this is actually cheaper when you get up to here. It's 20 platinum versus 40. 40 platinum, 40 aluminum, 40 refined obsidian, and 20 osmium. Alright, so believe it or not, this is actually cheaper than doing this. However, this is a lot simpler. Just a lot simpler. And I think we have these guys on infinite, this on infinite. We do not have obsidian on infinite yet, but that's easy enough. Alright, so let's do these. Alright, so I've decided to move my mechanism machines and properly automate them. The plan is to have items in the back, which I think is this. And then I can do eject out the bottom, and then enriched items in the top. Can't wait for Mechanism 10, where I can just do multiple sides, have everything going on one side. That'd be nice. But so the current plan is something along the lines of this. So if I do extract, insert, in theory that's not going to work because I need... what do I need? How am I going to do this? I mean, normally what I do is I just have recipes for all of the stuff. Each one of these enriched items. And then have it be a crafting card. But what I want to try and do is I want to try and make it so that it does the proper thing. So I'm going to see if I can figure that out. Just crafting up the brain in a jar so I can make limited item filters. In theory, this should help with the mechanism problem. I mean, maybe there's some super easy way that I just don't know about, but yeah, this works fine. Man, I love infusion crafting. Just the coolest. Look at that. How cool is that? I've gained warp, apparently. Probably because I actually have a brain in a jar. These things are actually kind of cool. This is a research supplement. So if you have this next to your research station, you can actually get focus on whatever that focus is. So this brain in a jar can be used to make advanced item filters. Which can then be used to make... I probably should just set a recipe for this. But these guys get used like this. And in theory, this will know it's not consumed. But anyway, these get used for limited item filters. And these guys are pretty easy. I think I can do like that. Yeah, something about encoding a ton of patterns and then just having it like work, it's really satisfying. close to working at least, right? I might actually just use extenders pattern, or the interface slot extenders, but I don't think so. I think I will just do more molecular assemblers. Maybe that will be my next project. And I really got to upgrade my crafting. That should only take like a second, but it takes like relatively long. Anyway, I'm not sure if this is the best way to do this. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's actually not, as far as channel goes. But I'm just going to do it anyway because I haven't done it before, and I want to. So my theory is what I can do is say, you're active with signal, and then I can do a level emitter here that says if we have, let's see, so you're going to be inserting on brown, and then we're going to just do multiples. So you're going to be extracting on brown, active with signal, extracting brown with signal. So my theory here is that I can do, we'll say redstone in this one. We'll say coal in this one. We'll say diamond in this one. So in theory, I can just say, let's see, what are my thingies here? Enriched. Wait, is that not it? Compressed. There we go. So compressed redstone, compressed carbon, compressed diamond. So I'll say this is compressed redstone at 100. Well, we don't actually need 100. And then compressed carbon at 10. Compressed diamond at 10. That is what it is? Yeah. So the theory here, and I'm pretty sure this is actually not going to work because of channels. Like, I won't just be able to connect to this because then it won't have enough channels. So I'm going to have to do some rerouting with how these channels are stored. Unless these don't need channels, which I kind of doubt. Pretty sure they do need channels. But yeah, so let's see what happens. I guess I could just do a cable angle. Cable anchor instead of whatever I said. All right, so this will work, obviously. Well, yeah. A little bit awkward. I'm going to switch it to behind. Well, yeah. All right, there we go. Switch this out with dense, and now it should work. So the idea here is that I can do, and realistically speaking, I guess I should have lined these up, like, you know, so it made sense. But whatever, it doesn't really matter. So the idea here, wait, hold on a second. I forgot a battery. All right, let's see if we can request this. Wow, that's more than I thought I had. So in theory, this should just work. And then as soon as it crafts, it should just fill this back up. Dope. All right, cool. So we do need some speed and whatnot in this, but I did hook up the, oh, I do need to put osmium in here. Actually, I think osmium dust. Do we have dust? We do. We actually have more osmium than dust, so. All right, so I'm going to do another filter with osmium. All right, there we go. Osmium compressor should be, once I turn, wait. This should be inputting on the top. Output on the bottom. Oh, extra. All right, so this should be input on the back, extra on the top. Nothing here. Output there, cool. That's topped off, and we have a recipe for refined obsidian. So, actually, I wonder if we should keep this in stock, because if we do, then we can keep. Maybe not. Well, I mean, I guess would it hurt? I don't know. It comes in from the back. I could have it come in here and then pipe the refined obsidian into here, but that would require a couple different steps. I think I'm just going to craft this. All right, so it's officially time to either upgrade our power cells or make more because, yeah, we're we're using too much power. Because I think power cell number 1 is used in several places, and it can only input 5k. Although in theory, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I can just do multiple ones. That actually might work out just fine. All right, there we go. Power cells. Only have to add a couple recipes. Apparently I have a bunch of Spectre. So this guy's working. This guy's working. Well, it's probably done by now. Well, in theory that should work, but I don't know if it will or not. Definitely going to have to handle our wireless power situation sooner than later. Let's keep knocking out a few of these. Actually, oh, here we go. 100? To upgrade our crafting CPUs. So I think I can do this. Put that in the other one. Tungsten is gonna, well, we're fine with that. TNT we can do. Man, that's nice. That auto switching, that is nice. All we have left is fluxed aqua chow, which is actually not that bad. And I think we just need, let's see, crafting recipe, crafting recipe, whoops. Awkward. Wait. And then I think we need, oh, I didn't do it, didn't hook up the blast furnace yet. Man, I really got to deal with our energy problem. Right now I've got this power cell just borrowed from over here so I can craft more power cells. Otherwise I'm, yeah, because this recipe takes more than what the casing, what is it? Yeah, 3,000 plus the multiplier of having this upgrade brings it above 5,000, which is the maximum transfer of the power cells. So I have to do multiple power cells here. Kind of awkward. I wonder if advanced power cells and infused diamonds. I wonder if advanced power cells like are cross compatible with the non-advanced version. Advanced power cells. Let's find out, shall we? So this is linked to link ID 1. Oh, it is. Excellent. So in that case, I can just say that actually helps a lot. That means I can just replace them out as needed. Advanced. Oh, that's not going to be. Nope. Put this back here. That's out. Cool. Cool. All right. So, what's next? Okay, I can now craft molecular assemblers. It's not too bad. Actually, didn't need to put in as many recipes as I thought I would. A little bit of gears, some iron foils, control circuits, which luckily I just set up. Got a couple invalid patterns here. Basically the machines and iron mechanical components. This recipe no longer exists. You have to use the automated engineer's workbench. You can just clear them like this. This should improve our crafting speed by quite a bit, as well as expand the... I'm going to put a couple more interfaces here, just kind of clustered for now. Eventually I'll have to mine these all up and make an actual... Actually, maybe I will do that instead of adding to it. Maybe I'll just make a proper tower. Right now, just crafting up a couple interfaces. They're all pretty straightforward. And this is why I need to make that, because this is a bit confusing for channels. All right, finally finished encoding the recipes for the energetic infuser. This will allow me to get fluxed aqua chow as well as the what's that? Energized thermal alloy, which is obviously used in hardened, which is used in a bunch of stuff. All sorts of stuff. Bit of an issue here. The energy hatch cannot accept enough energy to make this because of the upgrades. So, I'm going to have to, yeah, craft up a bigger energy hatch. Pretty sure this is going to void the recipe, but, whatever. Yep, voided the recipe. Oh well. Cancel. That is all right. Wasn't too much. Okay, energetic infuser, get. All right, I think we can finally craft empowered Restonia. The only thing I'm going to need to... Wait. I did have to configure this to input. All right, that'll be a bit. I also did want to note about this filter. Well, it's technically not necessary to filter out of the Empower itself. This is extracting from the item interface, which is extracting from each of these display stands as well. Therefore, I do need the filter, otherwise it'll just consistently extract from the display stand. But what I do need is a whitelist for Empowered Restonia. This guy. Oh. Add that. And then we should be good to go. Any second now. Hey, excellent. It's probably still crafting, yeah, the hot tongue steel. All right, that is going to be it for this episode. We successfully got Empowered Restonia, set up metallurgic infusers. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. Oh, we also moved the blast furnace, upgraded the energy for that, and automated molecular assemblers, got an energetic infuser, all sorts of stuff. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.